comes free.
The 1970s produced countless rock hits, but the strange thing is, some of the songs that reached the top of the charts actually started out as jokes. Quirky songs, funny songs, even a little ridiculous at times. Yet somehow they still became #1 hits.
Not the blow that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover.
So which 15 joke rock songs from the 1970s managed to climb all the way to the #1 spot? You may have heard them on the radio many years ago. And if those melodies played again today, would you still remember them? Number 1. The cover of the Rolling Stone, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Chasing my dreams, but I just can't seem to rub two coins.
In the early 1970s, rock had become a symbol of fame, money, and magazine covers. So Dr. Hook decided to turn that dream into a joke. The song tells the story of a fictional band bragging about everything: limousines, screaming fans, and endless fame. But beneath the humor lies a sharp satire of the music industry itself. The most ironic part is that the song became so popular that Rolling Stone magazine actually put the band on its cover. With its playful melody and self-mocking spirit, the track became one of the most memorable novelty rock hits of the decade.
And we keep getting richer, but we can't get our picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
When I was a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me.
Number 2. My Ding-a-Ling, Chuck Berry. After years as a rock and roll legend, Chuck Berry unexpectedly scored the biggest hit of his career with a humorous song full of playful innuendo.
Every time that bell would ring, catch me playing with my...
The song revolves around a childhood toy, but the storytelling and audience interaction make it clear that the whole thing is a mischievous joke. During live performances, crowds often sang along while laughing at the clever double meaning.
Held on to my ding-a-ling.
Although it sparked controversy because of its suggestive humor, the song still shot straight to #1 on the Billboard charts. Ironically, this comedic novelty track became the biggest hit ever recorded by one of the founding fathers of rock and roll.
I want to play with my day, everybody's mine.
Boogie that, boogie that. Boogie that, boogie that.
Number 3. The Streak, Ray Stevens.
What is they call him the street?
In 1974, America suddenly became fascinated with a strange new trend: people running naked through public places simply for laughs.
Ethel's in there getting her a cold drink. I hollered in there, I said, "Don't look at me!"
Ray Stevens quickly turned that bizarre craze into a comedy song. The track describes the chaos that erupts when a streaker unexpectedly runs through a crowd without a stitch of clothing.
What is they call him the street?
With its playful storytelling and humorous sound effects, the song spread across radio stations almost overnight. The result? It climbed all the way to #1 on the Billboard chart and became one of the most famous novelty hits of the 1970s.
They call him the street.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Number 4. Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. During the 1970s craze for martial arts films, Carl Douglas recorded a lively disco track inspired by kung fu fighters. The energetic rhythm, exaggerated sound effects, and theatrical performance style made the song feel almost like a cartoon come to life. Originally, it was recorded in just a few minutes as a quick studio experiment. No one expected it to become a global phenomenon. Yet the song soon reached #1 in multiple countries and turned into one of the most fun and recognizable hits of the disco era. Number 5. Disco Duck, Rick Dees. At the height of the disco era, a Memphis radio DJ came up with a wild idea. Write a disco song starring a dancing duck. Rick Dees used a cartoon-style voice to create a track that was both ridiculous and incredibly catchy. Before long, the song spread across dance floors and climbed to #1 on the Billboard chart.
But there's no stopping a duck in his beat.
Ironically, the radio station where Dees worked originally refused to play the song, but listeners loved it so much that it eventually became one of the most famous novelty hits of the entire decade.
Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see
Number 6. King Tut, Steve Martin.
Buried with the donkey. He's my favorite honky.
In the late 1970s, America became fascinated with the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb. Comedian Steve Martin turned that sudden obsession into a humorous song during a performance on Saturday Night Live. The track tells the story of the ancient Egyptian king in a completely modern and satirical way. Television audiences loved the performance so much that the song was released as a single.
He's an Egyptian.
Soon after, it climbed the charts and became a surprise hit. It proved that sometimes a comedy sketch on television can turn into a genuine pop success.
Got a condo made of stoner.
Arizona, noon on the 7th of June, when they highballed over the pass.
Number 7. Convoy, C.W. McCall. In the mid-1970s, when truck driving culture captured the American imagination, a storytelling song suddenly became a national phenomenon. Convoy brings listeners into the world of long-haul truck drivers communicating through CB radio while traveling endless highways.
Now Lyle was a creep, he's tacky and cheap, but he had his badge and a gun.
The song feels less like a traditional track and more like a miniature action movie, describing a rebellious convoy racing across the country while trying to evade the police.
Run out of luck when they crossed that final bridge. There's choppers and rigs full of guns and pigs. They wall to wall.
With vivid storytelling and colorful details of life on the road, the song quickly reached #1 on the Billboard charts. Its success was so large that Hollywood later produced a feature film based on the story, turning Convoy into a cultural symbol of the era.
I have a sad story to tell you.
Number 8. Shaving Cream, Benny Bell. Some songs become famous not because of complex melodies, but because of a perfectly delivered joke. Shaving Cream is a perfect example. The song tells a series of stories that sound serious at first, leading listeners to expect a dramatic ending. Instead, each story ends with a humorous twist. That anticipation is what makes the song so entertaining. When the track resurfaced on radio stations in the 1970s, listeners quickly became fascinated with the comedic surprise. DJs often played it as a playful prank on their audience, and the reaction helped turn it into a memorable radio phenomenon. Number 9. Dead Skunk, Loudon Wainwright 3. Not every hit song has to be about love or heartbreak. Loudon Wainwright 3 proved that by writing a humorous folk song about something surprisingly ordinary, a dead skunk lying in the road. The concept may sound strange, but the simplicity and witty storytelling made the song unforgettable.
Don't ever look, don't ever see, you can feel it in your heart.
Listeners could easily imagine the awkward moment of passing by such a smelly scene. With its relaxed folk style and catchy melody, the song quickly became a radio hit in America. It showed that sometimes the most ridiculous ideas can turn into the most beloved songs.
Short people got no reason. Short people got
Number 10. Short People, Randy Newman.
don't want no short people. Don't want no.
Randy Newman became famous for his sharp and often ironic songwriting, and Short People is one of his best-known examples. The song uses exaggeration and humor to comment on prejudice in society. However, not everyone understood the satire.
Don't want no short people. Don't want no.
Some listeners saw it as a clever joke, while others felt it was offensive. The controversy spread through newspapers and radio discussions, and ironically, that attention only made the song even more popular. Soon, it climbed near the top of the charts and became one of the most talked-about novelty songs in pop music history.
Short people. Don't want no short.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
Number 11. The Lumberjack Song, Monty Python.
He cuts down trees, he eats his lunch, he goes to the lavatory.
The comedy group Monty Python was famous for bizarre ideas and completely unconventional humor. The Lumberjack Song begins as a simple story about a strong woodsman living in the forest. But as the story unfolds, listeners realize that the narrative is heading somewhere completely unexpected.
I cut down trees, I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on.
Those humorous twists turned the song into a classic moment in the group's television performances. When it was later released as a single, British audiences embraced it with enthusiasm. From television screens to radio stations, the song quickly spread and became one of the most memorable novelty tracks of the decade.
Just like my dear papa.
You could hear the hoofbeats pound as they raced across the ground.
Number 12. Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West, Benny Hill.
They said she was too good for him. She was oldie, proud and chic. But Ernie got his cocoa there 3 times.
Comedian Benny Hill transformed an ordinary story into a dramatic and hilarious musical tale. Ernie tells the story of a humble milkman in a small town, but the narrative unfolds like an old Western movie.
And all Ernie had to offer was a pint of milk a day.
Rivalries, jealousy, and confrontations are all described with rapid storytelling and playful humor. British audiences loved the lively narrative so much that the song quickly climbed to number 1 on the charts. It even became the Christmas number 1 single that year, one of the most competitive positions in the UK music industry.
Won't forget Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk car.
Our little dog is 6 years old and he's smart as
Number 13. D-I-V-O-R-C-E, Billy Connolly.
She shouted, "Get on, Rover!" And he jumped over and bit my elbow.
Billy Connolly, one of Scotland's most famous comedians, created a parody version of the well-known country song Divorce. Listeners immediately recognized the humor in his storytelling approach. Instead of a sad ballad about a broken marriage, Connolly turned the situation into a comedic performance filled with laughter.
And I'm going down to the town tonight to get a new beat.
His unique style entertained audiences across both television and radio. As a result, the song quickly climbed to #1 on the UK charts, proving that a clever parody can sometimes become a major hit.
Oh, I must admit, my dog is acting cute.
Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you?
Number 14. They're coming to take me away. Haha! Napoleon. 14.
Beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me.
One of the strangest novelty songs ever played on the radio is this unusual track. Rather than a traditional pop melody, the song is presented almost like a comedic monologue set to a repetitive rhythm. The story follows a man losing his composure after his partner leaves him.
You just wait, they'll find you yet, and when they do, they'll put you in the ASPCA.
The dramatic delivery makes the song both humorous and slightly unsettling at the same time. That unusual style made it stand out immediately on radio stations. Although it sparked controversy, the song still became a memorable novelty hit and remains a curious part of 1970s pop culture.
Smile and twiddle their thumbs and toes, and they're coming to take me away.
You know, I love that organic cookie. I always ask for more. And they call me.
Number 15. Junk Food Junkie, Larry Gross.
In the daytime, I'm Mr. Natural. Just as healthy as I can be. Oh, but at night, I'm a junk.
During a time when people were beginning to talk more about healthy eating, Larry Gross chose to look at the subject with humor. Junk Food Junkie tells the story of someone who pretends to live a perfectly healthy lifestyle, eating organic food and following strict habits. Yet secretly, he can't resist the temptation of junk food.
Clock strikes midnight, and I'm all by myself. I work that combination on my...
That contrast creates the comedy at the heart of the song. With its light folk melody and relatable story, the track quickly gained airplay across American radio. Even today, it remains one of the most amusing novelty songs from the 1970s.
In the daytime, I'm Mr. Natural. Just as healthy as I can be. Oh, but at night, I'm a junk food.
Looking back at these songs, it's easy to see why the 1970s were such a unique era in music. They remind us that music doesn't always have to be serious. Sometimes, all it takes is a fun idea and a catchy melody for the whole country to start singing along. What about you? Out of these 15 songs, which one do you remember the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy musical journeys like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the channel to discover more fascinating hits from music's golden decades.